All right. Well, while I'm at it, I want to mention again this book because other than Swedenborg, I am drawing from four books. So I'm drawing from three sources. One is Swedenborg himself. Number three is near-death experiences, and number two is these four books, including this one. The other four writers are what's his name? J. Hewitt Mackenzie, Monsignor Hugh Benson, and Francesco, Wanderer in the Spirit Lands. And then this one. This is the fourth one. Rebecca Ruter Springer, My Dream of Heaven. Intra, Muros, Within the Gates. And I want to talk about this book for a little bit, and then I'm going to do a couple episodes. I'm going to find some little choice bits out of this book and read from it. Um, okay, so the interesting thing about this book is that her experience is um, explicitly Protestant. And in the heaven she goes to, she swims a lot. And it's just utterly stunningly beautiful. And there's different towns and there's different places. But like John Calvin is there. Okay, so this could be called like a confirmation bias kind of heaven experience. But it's utterly stunningly beautiful. And I'll read some bits, but it's yeah. Uh, some other writers, what are their names? Protestant, prominent Protestant figures give lectures and sermons in her heaven. But the other thing that her heaven has that none of the other ones I've read have is singing cherubs. So she has singing cherubs. So I'll find some singing cherub bits, and I'll find some Protestant hero bits, and I'll find some swimming bits. That's what she does in here. So in her space, there's these singing cherubs floating in the sky. These bands of singing cherubs float by in her heaven. Um, and so my question, which I'm going to ask and answer, is where does the place she goes and visits fit within these larger places that these other writers describe? Because she just goes to one place and stays there for months and months in her own account. The other writers take a more overall view and they describe this whole spirit world space. So the question is, where does the place she described fit? The one place she describes fit within this broader space that they describe. And there's an answer to that question. And the answer is if you look at the map that J. Hewitt Mackenzie has in his book Spirit Intercourse, which, and here's a mystery of Neo-Swedenborgianism, which strangely, and I think I'm the one to have discovered this, um, the map of the spirit worlds in that book, J. Hewitt Mackenzie's Spirit Intercourse, first of all, was published in 1906, and second of all, has measurements which and descriptions and maps which match the Van Allen belts, which weren't even discovered until the 1950s. So somebody else go figure that one out. But anyway, in his spirit world that he describes part of the astral realm where you you see the heaven that your whatever your particular religion describes. You go to that heaven. This is part of the astral realm in the J. Hewitt Mackenzie map, and he says that you enjoy yourself in that heaven for as long as it's enjoyable, but then you sooner or later think about grander things and you move on to the next level up. So he talks about spheres. And so this heaven that she describes in the J. Hewitt Mackenzie world would fit in one of these spheres wherein you are just newly here from Earth and you enter into the heaven of your ancestors, whatever your personal religion is. And then, according to J. Hewitt Mackenzie, you graduate up to a grander, more universal awareness, and everybody's one big family then, right? But in this book, you have this curious thing of people getting younger. First of all, she visits her parents who got really old, but in where she visits them, they're young again. It's like, and she says, it's like the early days of your marriage, she says to her parents, and they say, yes, it is, which that suggests that they might be having some sex, because what do you do in the early days of your marriage? But that's just a suggestion. It never comes out and actually says that. But anyway, what I was getting at was her parents are much younger, and this heaven suggests to me that everybody keeps getting younger and younger and younger until you turn into this singing cherub in the sky with all your pals. So all your whole heavenly family, you all get younger and younger and younger together till you sing and you play music until you just float up in the sky like a little baby, and you're in these singing bands of cherubs, and then you get younger and younger until poof, you disappear and you reappear in the next level up. That's how it seems to me that this fits. This seems like maybe before I find those quotes from her, I'll find the area in J. Hewitt Mackenzie where it describes this part of the spirit world where I place this. So anyway, that's Rebecca Ruter Springer. I'll be reading from her soon. And it's fun stuff. Thanks.